The program with which we start today is computing the factorial of a number. Seems very easy, factorial of a number, and I am pretty sure that all of you know the meaning of a factorial, but still just to be sure, I very quickly write what is the factorial of a number. Like factorial of 5 is equal to 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So, into 5, that is, it is a multiplication of 1 to that number, where I mean to say that if I would write factorial of n, then definitely it will be starting from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on and so on. How long? Up to n. All numbers will be multiplied. So, that is the factorial of a number. So, how you can do that? You can very simply, you can use a variable called fact, and within that variable you can keep on multiplying the numbers one by one, that is 1 into 2 into 3 and so on. You can keep on multiplying the numbers one by one. So, this way you can do it. Now, for that what you can do is, you can again take this as I. I think many of you can write this program easily themselves, but still I very quickly discuss. This is I. I take this as I. Now, I to be incremented 1 by 1 every time in the loop, that is I to be incremented every time in the loop, and this I will keep on incrementing. How long? It will keep on incrementing till it reaches the value of n. So, factorial of n to be computed by that. So, a fact variable has to be declared. Where should I initialize it? Now, this this I has to be multiplied every time with fact. If I initialize the fact variable to 1, then this I is initially 1. I can multiply this I with fact. Now, then I becomes 2. I can multiply this 2 with fact. Then I becomes 3. I can multiply this I as 3 with fact. But fact is to be initialized to 1. Remember, when we calculated sum equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and so on, we initialize the sum to 0, because every time this 1, 2, 3, 4 were getting added to sum. So, for sum it needs an addition, but if I here make fact equal to 0, then multiplying anything with that fact will make it 0 itself. So, I will initialize the fact to 1, and every time I will be multiplied with that fact. Firstly 1 will be multiplied, then 2 will be multiplied, then 3 will be multiplied. So, every time in the loop 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 and so on, every time in the loop this number will be added. Where is this number initialized to? This number is initialized within I as 1. So, let me write the program now. Clear screen. So, after that main is written, clear screen get ch is written. Now, I write printf enter the number. You can write whose factorial is to be computed. Enter the number whose factorial is to be computed. So, you can simply use this. So, it will enter, the user will enter one number. Let me scan it. Scanf %d ampersand n. I have to keep that within n. This n will be inputted by the user. So, this n will decide how long I will need to keep on multiplying. So, I need to declare this n also in 10. Now, as I said, I will initialize fact to 1 and I to 1. Every time this I, which will become 1, then 2, then 3, will be multiplied with that fact which is initialized to 1. So, I can initialize fact equal to 1. So, I need to declare fact over here. Fact, I can initialize it to 1 itself. I can initialize fact to 1 over here only. So, I don't need to declare, I don't need to initialize separately over here. Also, I will need I. So, while I less than equal to n, is not it so? But where should I be initialized to? What is this I? This I is this one. 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 and so on. So, this I is should be initialized to how much? 1. So, let me do that. I equal to 1. So while I less than equal to n, I will keep on multiplying this I with whom? With the variable which is fact. Fact equal to fact into, this is the multiplication sign, fact into I. So I have got this fact variable. So you understand that I, which is initialized to 1, initially this 1 is multiplied to fact. So fact becomes 1. Next time this 2, I is 2, 2 gets multiplied to fact. Then I becomes 3, 3 gets multiplied to fact. But how will I become that 1, 2, 3 and so on? You need to increment I every time. You remember I plus plus? So increment I every time. So your job is done. So you can say at the end of it, fact variable contains the factorial. So you can write printf, the factorial is %d, and who will replace this %d? Your variable fact will replace this %d because this fact contains it. Explanation once more very quickly. Fact is initialized to this 1. So I is also initialized to 1. Here fact is initialized to 1. I is also initialized to 1. So who is this fact? This fact will contain the factorial. I, this is I. Every time in the loop I am incrementing I. So this I is becoming 1, 2, 3 and so on in the loop. This will continue until and unless I becomes equal to n. Every time this 1, 2, 3 and so on is getting multiplied to fact. So fact is finally containing the factorial. Let me quickly run it. Alt R, enter. Some mistake definitely. Declaration syntax error. Yes, because this part I did not comment out. You remember, you always need to. This is not part of your program. You must comment this out. So very quickly I comment this out. Now let me run. Alt R, enter. No errors this time. Enter the number whose factorial is to be computed. 5. 5 is 1 into 2, 2, 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 4, 24, 24 into 5, 120. The factorial is 120. Let me run it for maybe 10, 24320. Yes, 120 into 6, 720, 720 into 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. You check out, it will definitely be 24320. So this is how you calculate the factorial of a number. So I think you understand this. You can take a bit of break and come back.